E-Class Consulting. It's owned and operated by Carrice, providing tools, training, and resources that are sure to make you and your business even more successful. We are staffed with a marketing, credit, tax, and a real estate consultant. E-Class Consulting also provides a temporary admin service called E-Class Admins. Want to book an appointment with E-Class Consulting? Call 702-518-3002 or email book@eclassconsulting.com. E-Class Consulting, navigating you to greatness.
Hey, what's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On Hot7025FM.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Hey, what's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On Hot7025FM.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com. All right. You guys are tuned in to Hotlyte right here on hot7025fm.com. I am fine as Carrice, and I have another Hotlyte here in the building. And listen, these guys, I've been rocking with them for quite some time. And, they've been doing some good stuff. And they've been talking about some good stuff. But I kind of want to learn a little bit more. They have something else going, and we want to introduce that to you as well. Without further ado, welcome, my guest. We got Big Suge and Q-MECCA, two techs. What is that?
Two techs up. You said it right.
Okay. Q-MECCA.
That's a saying from my brother.
Okay.
Rest in peace to him. Q-MECCA.
Tell us about it. So what was it? What's the two techs?
All right, so what he was saying was he was naming all his homeboys in the song.
Okay.
And he was naming the solid ones. So he put my name up, and he's like, two techs up mean like it's a salute from a G. Salute. I die for you. I kill for you.
That's why is that like a bang bang?
So yeah. So he said Q-MECCA, two techs up. Tragic gon' hold you down.
Like
so that's what he means. So he's like, I got you, bro, no matter what. Shout out to him. Rest in peace. So that's what that's why I say that. I get that from him, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm the most handsome of us two. He's the most unhandsome.
Right on.
I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So listen, Suge, what's good with you? How you feeling?
I'm good.
You feeling good?
I'm real good.
Feeling good is good. I like to feel good. You know what I mean? Speaking of feeling good, we got some feel good tea from Revive Lounge. We got some hibiscus berry. Okay,
It's scrumptious.
It's popping.
So refreshing. So just so y'all know, the way to drink tea is straight up like a shot.
Oh, like
no,
a shot?
you can't add tea. You can't add not like take it down like a shot.
Oh, well,
but you're not supposed to add anything. You're not supposed to add
No
sugar,
and
no
all that.
honey, no
yeah,
lemon. You just take it like a real G.
Really?
Are you a real G? That's my question.
Well, y'all learned something because I didn't know that. Because I drink my iced tea iced.
Well,
with ice in it.
I drink mine warm.
What ice? wait. Are we talking about like a pre-made iced
Nah,
tea?
my grandma.
Oh,
My
your
grandma
your
used
grandma's
sun tea.
What? But your grandma, did she put sugar in it first?
Of
though?
course.
Okay, see that's different.
from the South.
That's like you're making that. Like
Yeah,
that's
she
like
made
yeah. No, I'm talking about if you're drinking some 5-star tea, you can't add anything to it. Even now, if you want to, and just you can't get the ghetto about you, then you can.
So it's like ordering.
Even Shay got to drink his tea like he a thug. Like he's like forget.
Look how he grabbed it. Look how he said forget the.
I mean,
Like forget the.
He
Forget
drinking
the
it like
handle.
it's cognac.
I can't fit through the thing.
When I first met you was drinking that cognac.
I done graduated.
So listen, I wanted to talk to y'all. You guys got
What's up,
you
boss
guys
lady?
been part of the hottest team for quite some time. Y'all been talking about good old sports and stuff.
Right on.
How you feel about what's going on with sports right now? How y'all feeling?
The Super Bowl is no one picked it. No one would have imagined it.
Facts.
So that's a good thing, though. I like that.
I had the Bills, but
We both was. I had the Ravens, but that's a good thing. I think Bill Belichick not getting into the Hall of Fame on his first ballot.
That's
I think
crazy.
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Some people argued though that the Deflategate. Oh, that wasn't him. He didn't get punished for Deflategate. Spygate was on him, and that would be a reason why people wouldn't vote for him. I wasn't mad at that, but I didn't like it. I think it should be based on what your resume is.
yeah.
But some people say he cheated.
deserve that.
So,
I mean,
hey,
well,
I don't believe you
technically-
could cheat in football.
I mean,
to me,
technically. I mean, did he? Though?
technically, yes. They fined him for it. He got fined. He got punished. So they found out that he was filming other teams' practices and calls. But they said all the teams do that. I don't know what's going on. Hey, I think they be hating on winners.
Okay.
So I don't know if he really cheated. To me, I
Facts.
already argue you can't cheat in football. It's the man across from you you have to beat. Your whole team could take steroids. Y'all still lose the game.
Right.
So it's hard.
Execution.
Execution, what Suge say. So that's why I don't count that against him. I don't count that against him or Tom Brady. Those two things that they made up. But some people do.
Yeah. Suge,
Some people do.
how'd you get into doing sports in the first place? Like, where'd the idea of undrafted all-stars come from?
Wow. I always debated sports with people,
Yeah.
and I had a thought of doing a podcast, but I never had the time to start one. Then the pandemic happened, and I had time, so I basically I had a whole bunch of GoPros and stuff like that, and I started it and I recorded myself. Then I'll look at it. Then I'll be like, I need to do this better, whatever. Kind of before I started, I knew I was going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, you know what? I need a partner. I need a co-host. And I just went in my phone. I went down. Nah. Gotta be somebody in Vegas. Then I got the P, my boy Prince.
Shout out to P.
And me and him started this thing. We I guess you want to say practice first.
Y'all
Bought the stuff that we need to buy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The equipment and to get it going, and we started it.
I think the one thing that you said is that you listen back. I think that's one thing that I've learned over time is that every single show I do, I'll listen back.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, maybe I could have said this differently, or maybe
Yeah.
I could
I
have
listen to all my
cued this
shows.
differently.
Yeah.
like it's just helpful to kind of see what I could have done differently. And I've been doing radio since 2015.
Yeah.
So I think that it's important to do that. And you know, obviously it helped.
Yeah. I mean,
You guys got a pretty large listenership.
you try to do it a certain way, then I go back and look at it. I was like, I look uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me just do it the way I want to do it, see what it looked like. And then I did it. Then it was like, okay, this is the way I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a co-host. Then P did it for a year or so. He had some personal thing happen. Shout out to P. Did it for a year myself. Kind of glad I did because I learned more doing it by myself for that year. And then I ran into Q-MECCA and C4. Now they was listening to it.
What were y'all doing? Y'all were playing games?
Playing dominoes.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Who was
they'll
winning?
they'll
Do you
talk to-
remember that
I'm
moment?
always winning.
Oh boy.
What you talking about?
That sounds crazy. I don't know if I believe it.
Best in the world. He'll tell you.
I won't tell you.
See, you a hater. He usually losing.
No, that won't happen. I seen him. He wasn't even playing. He was keeping score.
But we,
I said, what's that on your shirt? He had the
we was
undrafted
playing. We was playing dominoes, and C4 would talk to me every Friday about it. Then one day I asked him, "Do you want?" He said, "Yeah." He saw it on YouTube. He's like, "Man, I didn't know you had this." He said, "I wear that stuff every day almost." He's like, "I didn't know."
But you know, they say that I've heard somebody said before the show started that N-words don't read, so he wasn't reading your shirt.
I don't think you know how.
I was looking at it like, what the hell is this?
He's like, "Man, that's dope. Let me get on there." I was like, "You know what?" Because me and him used to go out there all the time.
Right.
Dallas, San Francisco, as we met. So I was like, "Why not?" And here we are.
I mean, yeah.
Undrafted.
And we know who the best team is, who America's real team is.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
I showed y'all the graph. Cowboys, the only team ain't been to an NFC championship in 30 years out of whole NFC.
It doesn't matter. They're still America's team.
That's crazy.
Right.
Everything's bigger in Texas except the Texans.
Shout out to the
But
shout out to the fine women in Texas. I ain't mad at y'all.
Not
for
the
this.
ones in San Antonio, like Barkley said.
Right. Because we don't know y'all. We talking about Houston and Dallas and maybe Fort Worth.
so listen, you guys. So you have this undrafted all-star show, and it's way bigger than sports. That's your slogan for the show, right?
Yes.
So you guys got something new coming, and it's called Way Bigger Than Sports. And I want to know, like, what do you think? What would be like 3 things that you would consider that are way bigger than sports?
3 things.
Yeah,
It's a lot of things.
each.
One thing, I'm going to go one, then you do one, and we go back and forth like that, like
Go.
red and meth. One thing that I know all the women listeners want to hear is relationships.
Yes.
Y'all screaming in the thing, relationships, yeah.
You know what's interesting though? Mostly men talk about relationships on their podcast,
True.
Yeah, that's because women want to hear it.
but they're not talking to women.
You can't have women on there all the time.
Where, on the show?
On the pod, you can't put a mic in front of everybody's face. You can't do that.
First of all,
That's
Some people
facts.
don't. Some
you
people
might
don't.
need a license to have a microphone at this point because some of these folks.
I'm gonna agree.
Yeah.
I will agree.
Jeez.
And I'm a free speech person, but some of y'all don't need to talk.
Not at all.
Y'all just be sounding crazy.
So relationships. So if we were to have a conversation about relationships today, right now, what would that topic look like?
One thing that we're gonna do when we talk about relationship, we're gonna mostly talk to the men.
Okay.
Facts.
We're not gonna shoot at the women too much. We're gonna
Okay.
we gonna
Unless
talk,
you have a woman present, maybe.
Yeah, we have a woman president.
Okay.
We're going to challenge them. We ain't
Oh,
gonna
boy,
shoot at
here we
them.
go, challenge.
We ain't going to shoot at them. We're going to
Use
challenge
your
them.
words.
That means we're going to ask questions, and we want direct questions deserve direct answers. That's something
No
that some
moving the
women struggle with.
goalposts, nothing like that. We wanna have a straight up
if you
conversation.
wouldn't- No, yeah. So it's going to be, I think it'll be informative.
Because
It
what
ain't
we
going to
want
be
to
shooting at each other.
What we want to do is we want to, just like other podcasts, we want to get this information out to the people. You know?
Right. So it's going to be informative.
Yes.
No shooting. We're not trying to create division. We're trying to come together like the Beatles.
Yeah, but we're going to focus on the men more because
The men's supposed to be the
they
leaders.
usually can cut down more and people not talking real positive to them. So, you know.
Okay, I like that.
And the men have to be the ones that lead it.
Yeah.
If y'all trash, then you can't say, well, the women trash.
They
No,
saying
y'all trash.
we're not leaders or nothing like that. And kind of like,
Who is they?
The internet.
The other species.
And you know what I think that's
The internet.
I think you know
And
what's
the
important
women.
about that is that they aren't saying that. It's women who have experienced men who weren't leaders. And I think that's important. And typically those people are more vocal. I don't have nothing to say about my man but good stuff. So I don't have to have a conversation about a man not being a leader. So I think the people who are having those conversations have experienced, bad relationships or people who weren't leaders, or maybe they had to be the one to front the bill all the time. It could
So
go.
in that sense of what you're speaking, we can point the finger to both people, correct?
Well, I can say this. I'm not dating a man that don't have a job. Right? I'm not dating a man that doesn't have a job. I'm not dating a man who I don't think is a leader, who doesn't have ambition. So it's my fault if I'd signed up for that.
Glad you said that.
Me too.
Now,
That's accountability, right, Q-MECCA? Sound like it.
That's always my question.
Right.
Women say he don't lead. Well, why you with him?
What
If you
you
don't
do
think
wrong?
he a leader, and why would you waste your time dealing with him?
but the thing is that they may have those that could come from examples of things that they have seen in the past, and maybe they think that that's normal. Like if you grew up and you saw your dad laying on the couch every day, your mom getting up, going to 3 jobs, if that was the example that you had and you never thought that it was wrong, you just thought that's how your family operated, and then you go into the world and you figure out this is not what I want, and then you experience that same kind of guy, I could see how that could make you feel like something's not right.
That's why the men need to be talked to.
Yeah.
Because situations like that shouldn't be a thing, but you never know somebody's situation.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just how long you going to prolong doing that. Get
Right.
up off your butt, bro. You got to man up.
I
Do
feel
some
it.
push-ups.
I feel it.
Sometimes you
It's
got
a
to do some
push-up.
push-ups. But in that same instance that you said, maybe she had a brother that saw her daddy do the same thing. So
Yeah,
examples
yeah.
always got to be for both parties, because
Right.
fathers are important in both genders' lives, women and men.
Right.
They both get their experiences or examples from their father or lack thereof. So I think that the men got to set the tone, put it that way, and then the women will follow. And if a woman don't want to follow your tone, men, don't waste your time with her. Move on.
Or, sometimes there are people who try to save the other. Like, I'm not a savior, so I ain't got to defend me.
That's one thing people need to stop doing.
And I
Stop
think,
saving
but I feel like
somebody.
But how many?
They don't want to be saved.
But it's just like you grow up, you learn life lessons along the way, right? So maybe you didn't have that guy. Maybe your dad was the guy on the couch, and your mom, you saw your parent that way. Like, how many times do you go through that experience with another person in a relationship, and then you figure out, yeah, that's probably not how it's supposed to be? How, like, at what point does it become your fault? And I think, like, okay, 1 time, 2 time, maybe trial and error, because we go through relationships, and we're like,
Depending on the person.
yeah.
I agree with you.
Like, do you like, when do you say, okay, you know what, I need to go to therapy and figure out this ain't it?
Therapy?
Yeah,
I agree with you.
I think therapy is important.
I think you're right.
And it can also be having a conversation with maybe you encounter a relationship and you see them from across the way and you're like, oh, you know what, maybe that's how it should be. Maybe that's an example I could use. I think that things come in different ways, but I think that you're right having those conversations with men. I think that's a good conversation to start with.
Yeah. At some point,
Somebody
you gotta
really
look in the
talking to
mirror.
him.
At some point, it's you keep choosing the same type of guy or woman, and you can't keep blaming them. At some point, you got to look at yourself and do the inner work. It's a book called Inner Work. I suggest y'all read it, even though y'all don't read. Inner Work.
Who is y'all?
Whoever the people who don't read.
Clearly it was you not reading SUGE shirt.
Right.
I was just
for-
looking at the shirt
for
like, well, I
30
wonder what that is.
33
I just never
weeks.
asked him. Then when I asked him, he said, yeah, I got a podcast. I said, man, I'm going to watch it. I ain't know that. He's like, I put it in the group chat. Man, them dudes talk too much. I muted that.
So tell me this. Okay, so relationships, so way bigger than sports. We talked about, how relationships is one of those things. What's another thing that's way bigger than sports that you think it's important to discuss?
We talk about culture. Everybody talking about our culture, how our community does and doesn't do certain things.
Okay. Like
Hip hop
what?
culture.
Yeah, we gonna kind of hit on that a little
Like
bit.
what is that? Like what does that mean? Like what culture? How?
Black people.
Okay.
Right. Black people in the community. All right. So how we either champion ignorance or things that maybe aren't good or beneficial for the community.
Like what?
Like, I think one is the way we handle each other when we disagree with each other. So I'll say, if I'm on a podcast and Suge say something I don't like, instead of saying, well, Suge is an idiot publicly, I talk to Suge and privately and we disagree and hold our agreements, and then we come together as a united front. We got to be more unified as black people. You never hear whoever the powers that be talk about the other powers that be.
You know what's interesting? I was listening to the Breakfast Club today, and they were talking about it was DJ Clue. Anyway, it was DJ Clue. He was talking about how hip hop culture is the only one who beef with each other, and that is not true.
That's not true.
So, but in what you said, it's not only us that have those public disputes. White people are white people-ing right now. Like it's white on white crime. I'm minding my business. I'm listening to the white on white crime.
Stay out of that.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Stay out of that.
But I'm saying it's not only us that public, like, and I think what happens is that
we're showing the most on media outlets.
No, we're showing it to our algorithm for sure.
That's what I'm saying. We're showing the most.
I got a white people algorithm on one of my accounts for real. I swear.
Get your girl.
Hey,
because I need to see what
I ain't mad at that.
White people be going at other white people. I'm like, I reached this part of the internet.
I need to see that algorithm.
Listen,
I'm seeing that. The Karens get called out.
I guess the Karens are now called Jessicas.
Yeah. Okay. They changed their name because they don't like Karen.
That's the new.
Damn.
That's a new thing.
Well, I'm glad. Well, that's good, but I hate to see us do it. All right, so let me reframe it. White people run and control everything, so they control the media and how things look. We do it.
Not over here.
We do it and divide ourselves more. Like, we ain't always gonna agree on things that, as a community, or he might be a Muslim, you might be a Christian, you might be whatever, an atheist. Cool. Set that to the side. What is our goals to better the community? To get a grocery store, to get schools for our children. Put those things to the side. That's our biggest issue. We'd like to make little differences and magnify them. Oh, I'm a Muslim. I would never work with a Christian. Man, if you're trying to help your people or your community, then you should put that to the side. He's a farmer, but he's a Christian. You got a grocery store, but I'm not working with him because he's a Christian, so he ain't gonna have no food in my grocery store. I'm gonna go to the powers that be or so-and-so. So I think that we make differences and we magnify them ourselves to make the differences instead of seeing what we want together. How can we come together and build that? And then we can have our little families. Families don't always agree. Mom and dad don't always agree. Siblings don't always agree, but we ain't going to be out in public airing our dirty laundry out to the people. So that's my big thing.
I think that's definitely an old school way of thinking of things. These Gen Zers want to tell the world what's really going on, and I think it's important for us to be able to talk to those Gen Zers too, because they have a point. You know, maybe their parents weren't outed, and that's the reason why they've been treated whatever way it is. So I think that we have to look at it from both sides, but at the same time, I understand, like, in-house, like, I tell y'all ugly behind the scenes, right? I don't have to tell the world that, take it back. Rewind, okay? Take that out all right. I don't have to tell people that, out loud. I could tell y'all behind the scenes, but I don't like Stephen A. Smith, but I'm not going to talk to him. I don't talk to him, right? So maybe I'll say Stephen A. Smith is a buster. maybe I'll say, I'm not feeling him, or maybe I'll say it publicly because I'm not going to have a personal conversation with him. So I think sometimes you have to call some people out.
I got a question because I agree with you, but can you say it in a way that ain't
I just said
ad hominem? So can you say, hey, that stuff Stephen A. talking about, I ain't with none of that. I'm with this, instead of Stephen A. is a coon ass black man.
I'm taking that clip. That clip right there, I'm putting out.
See, because I agree with you.
That clip, just that piece right there. When you just called him that.
I think part of the reason why Suge like me is because I'm gonna say what I feel, but I try not to make it personal. So I don't try to attack a person. I attack your idea or what you did or what you think.
Or your thought process.
But I won't attack you like you're an
Stephen A.
idiot.
Smith's a whole buster, all of them. From the
the
rooter to the tutor.
Capital letters, buster.
Okay, so I mean, I think that we really gotta, we gotta call people. We gotta call a thing a thing.
We need to go
sometimes.
back to shaming again.
I ain't mad at shaming.
But I do think it's important to attack the topic, like addressing specifically what don't you like. What he said, this is why I think this about what he said. Although we know all around it just is what it is with him. But let's just say it's anyone else. Let's say Nicki Minaj, right?
We put it. Let's do this real quick with him. Mm-hmm. He has a boss.
Ooh wee.
He has a boss.
So we think in a sense, he's kind of puppeting. If you get what I'm saying, he's getting puppeteered.
Boy, this hibiscus tea.
He has a boss. This is what you gonna say today. You can do all the loud talking you want, but you gonna say this.
Or you ain't gonna say
today.
this. You can't say this or this. Yeah, but that's what happens when
And
you got a
that
boss.
is why you own your own platforms.
That's
Shout
true.
out to Hot
On his own
705
platform, he says
FM.
stuff like
She's
that.
100% correct.
On his own platform, he kind of goes off.
Right, but that's
And
that's because he's funded still by
He
them.
takes work home.
Listen, the difference is that so when we get sponsors for the station, the sponsors, first of all, most of them, I would say 80% of them, they look like us. Okay, so when they sponsor,
Agreed.
those dollars go towards what we might agree with, right? Not something they want to influence us to do or say. So we don't have to play that battle. They're just going to support us because we look like them. We have a message, whatever that is. And it could be that even if our message is maybe I'm opposed to their politics, it's okay because I'm not attacking them.
Yes.
But for him, his sponsors, even on his personal show, it's one and the same.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So he's still on that side. It doesn't. Anyway, enough about that.
On the
that
other
man.
side, I want to say on the other side of what he's talking about. I want to say teamwork make the dream work, and we got to understand that as a culture.
Yeah.
We ain't doing it by ourselves. Everybody want to try to do it by themselves.
No one done anything by themselves.
Facts. You got to build a team if you're trying to go somewhere. You got to build a team.
I agree.
Anywhere, work, pleasure,
and y'all got to see the vision
leisure.
together because we've seen all the.
Can't make money unless you do it together. Can't make it by yourself. Got to take a group of people. We need to start trusting people. Start trusting each other in a sense of ways because everybody else is, and they're building past us.
Yeah, that part. We definitely need to start trusting one another.
That's one thing
more.
we're definitely going to talk about.
We also need to stop stealing from each other too. But
That's
anyway,
facts.
can we talk about the third thing real quick before we out of here? What's another thing that you would talk about on the Way Bigger Than Sports show that's way bigger than sports?
Mental health. Mental health is a big one. And it's a tricky one because a lot of people just going around here saying they got mental health problems, but they don't want nobody to confront them. They
haven't been diagnosed either.
And they don't want to be accountable for their part in whatever their life is. I got a PSA. Every single person on this earth, where they're at in life, is 95% their choices. It ain't everybody else's fault where you at in your life. But a lot of us want to blame everybody. Our parents. Oh, my mama in 1981 smoked crack. Okay. It's 2026 and you 40.
You have grandkids.
And you got kids and grandkids.
Grandkids.
Is you still using what your mama did in 81 for why you doing what you doing in 2026?
That's when it becomes a responsibility of your own self to heal, go to therapy,
So mental health is a big one. It's a tricky one because
Mental health
everybody
is a big
sees
one.
it differently.
Yeah.
I definitely see it differently.
Me too.
Because I'm not going to say I don't believe in therapy, but I'm going to say it can help the
But
people
why
that
don't
need
you
the help.
believe in therapy, I wonder? Does it have to do with your previous occupation?
No.
Okay.
It's just there isn't a end game. There's not a cure.
There definitely is an end game. I went to therapy. My therapist was like, all right, we
So you
we
good
here.
So you ain't gotta come back no more?
No, I check. I go back to check in because I obviously have new life experiences that happen. But so I'll check in maybe once, twice a year or something like that. But there was a time where she was like, I think we good. Like you don't need to come back. So I think there are therapists who try to milk the system, and that kind of goes back to us.
You're the first
trust.
one I ever heard say, I don't got to go back no more.
Yeah, even our marriage therapist was like, all right, we good here. Like, you know, so I think that we have, that goes back to like what I said, Quinn saying we gotta, or both of you saying we gotta learn to trust each other.
Yes, and
we gotta learn to pick the right people
where
too.
I want to go with therapy also. Mm-hmm. I mean, we can go to a therapist and then but your trusted friends and your family trusted can be your therapy.
Sometimes they can also listen. If my sister tells me,
you gotta trust that person.
If my sister tells
you give them that
me
information,
if my brother tells me,
this is what I'm trying to say.
So and so, they partner did this. I'm mad. I don't have the medium to be like, if one of y'all
that's
told
why you
me,
need therapy.
If one of y'all told
you need to go to therapy.
I'm saying if one of y'all
I'm like, I can tell my brother anything. I know it won't get out.
It's not gonna get out.
That's what I mean.
No, I don't think it's gonna get out. Yeah, it's not gonna get out. What I'm saying is that now I may end up forming an opinion about how I interact with this person now that I feel like they did something to my But I think that's
trusted.
But that's the part.
Trusted.
You can have a trusted.
That's the hard part.
No, you can have a trusted person.
That's not trusted.
But if I love my brother, this chick then said or did something to him, I'm obviously influenced by my brother. But with a therapist, that's why it's supposed to be a neutral party who has no idea who these people are. You're just essentially just having a conversation. But I think both can happen. I think you can have someone who may not have an opinion either way, and that's your family member or your friend. Yes, I think that can happen. But the likelihood of that happening and them not giving so-and-so the side eye might not be as common.
A trusted source to the point you trust that person 100%. If you don't, that's fine.
Or they showing you. So I see what
they've shown you. Yeah,
I see what Suge saying.
You both
it
bounce,
ain't gonna be all your siblings.
Right.
They crazy. Yeah.
Like he bounce like me and him bounce stuff like each other. We know it won't go nowhere else. You know what I'm saying?
I see
and
what
that's what we're
saying.
talking
Somebody
about.
was going to hold you accountable. They're like, look, no, you blaming your partner, but what did you do?
Right.
How did you respond?
Right.
But they don't like that because I'm that in my family.
Yeah,
they be like, they don't want to talk to me.
I definitely would.
That's what I mean.
I definitely am the voice of reason, and which is probably not how oftentimes your family member wants you to react. But
yeah, they don't.
They don't.
They want you to take their side.
Yeah,
and they're gonna give you their side. So that's why it's hard, and it can cause a rift between your family.
Yeah,
and
it happens.
And those like. A lot of the things that we're going to talk about, we're going to probably do a lot of interviews, stuff like that. With, people around the city.
Interviewing therapists.
Therapists.
Because I agree with Suge on therapy. It's like, what's the end game? You just going to
there is an end game.
Keep paying
them. You the first one I ever heard say that.
And you still need therapy.
And you probably need to keep going, boss lady. You probably need to keep going, Charlotte.
No, I think that we all need therapy ongoingly because I think that we all come up with different experiences. Like somebody may pass away, like now I got to process how I feel about that, or I start a new business. Now it's overwhelming. Maybe I got to process through that, or my kids now going to college. Now I got to process through how I feel about them being away. So I think that there's different things that you should definitely check in with a therapist for. But sometimes therapy for some people take a little bit longer than others. I never really had any tragedies happen. My mom passing away, I don't know if it was a tragedy. It definitely was hurtful. But I never had anybody do anything to me to where I had to, process it later on in, my life. So,
that also is a thing because I haven't had that either.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm excited to hear about this. I'm excited to hear. I'm excited to hear you guys have real dialogue that just doesn't have to do with you talking trash back and forth about whack teams like the 49ers.
No, we gonna still go back and forth. We ain't gonna talk. Again, the way bigger than sports show is way bigger than sports. Like we're not talking about sports. We talking about real life.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna have guests. Y'all could call in, come up, tell us your thoughts if you think therapy's good or not. If you had it or you still on it and you still the same, all the things that y'all, it's going to be entertaining. We still going to go back and forth, even though I agree with Suge on the therapy thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And even with the relationship thing, we're not looking to cut women's head off. We won't talk to men mostly.
We're not shooting.
I think most of it can be controlled if we come out the correct way.
Yeah, I think that if we have more men who are just naturally leaders, like
Not
not
on the wrong way, bro.
they're not trying to be a leader, that's just naturally in you. Like that makes a world of difference in a relationship.
You gotta learn that from another leader.
Yeah,
Right.
I
Some
agree.
people we don't have mentors no more.
I mean, y'all old.
Well, they don't have mentors no more.
Yeah, they don't have
They
mentors
going
no
up
more.
yonder.
They going.
You guys are the mentor.
NBA
You guys are the
Youngboy.
mentors now.
They mentors is NBA Youngboy and Cardi B and them. We had Tupac at least and Chuck D.
I mean,
and
y'all come on now, y'all
And
had
the
Diddy too, don't
And the other men around the city that gave us tips.
and
Yeah.
our uncles,
So right
the
now,
OGs.
so right now, you're the uncles, the OGs, and the men around
Facts.
the city.
Yes.
And I think that
So we need to talk to them.
I think that you have to also be open to having conversations that you're uncomfortable with when it comes
With
to talking
that.
to Gen Zers.
What's that?
Yeah,
When
like,
it comes to talking to millennials,
And
because
I'm
those
looking for this
they
show
got a
to
very
be-
different opinion of things.
well, millennials
do.
is our little siblings.
I
But
wanna-
the Gen Zs and X, what they
the millennials are the ones that's lost. The Gen
think
Zers
so?
are radical.
I think the millennials. Well,
The Gen Zers are the ones who about to make a change.
shout out to the millennials. You know, Nipsey was a millennial. Shout out to my brother. He was a
Yeah,
millennial.
we're
too.
obviously not talking about a blanket, of people.
I
but
think the Gen Zs, the millennials is
The
cool.
Gen
We
Zers-
raised them.
the
Hey,
Gen-
the millennials is our little
We
brothers
need to
and
talk.
sisters.
We need to talk to all.
no,
of them.
y'all raised the Gen Zers. You didn't raise the millennials; they were your siblings, like you just
That's what I
said.
mean. So,
That's the
I
difference.
raised my siblings.
No, there's
me
a
and my
there's a
sister
there's a
changed
difference
them.
between the Gen Zer that you actually raised versus your sibling
Oh, no.
who you tried to raise.
Shout out to my
You know,
shout out
it's
to my
like-
children I raised. Y'all respectful because I told y'all.
Exactly. That's exactly my point.
You could get
So-
an F, but if you get a bad behavior,
so just
get a
understand
whooping.
that generation in the middle was definitely skipped, and y'all they need y'all.
Ask the OGs for advice, man. They got a lot.
So
Yeah,
when is
listen
your
to the OGs.
when is your show airing? What time is it gonna come on? All that good stuff.
It looks like it's going to air February
Speak to your mic.
6th. February.
That 5th, every Thursday, 3 p.m. Every
This time?
Thursday, 3 p.m. Everybody, we want everybody to tune in. We're gonna give y'all some facts.
And we're going to have
We gonna give y'all some good
judges and therapists. We're going to have everybody. But I'm challenging all of them. Y'all just I'm there to challenge. I'm looking up I got my researcher giving me the facts that ain't widely spread, I guess. And then we're going to talk about those things because they just like to give us a lot of they facts. They told us.
Who I think that also to remove the they, because you're going to have conversations with people you don't know,
Right.
that you've never had a conversation in depth with, and I think it's important to understand that you may be on the same page. You may have
That's true.
statistics that may
That's
be
how we gonna
parallel.
see.
So, come into it with an open mind too. Don't come in it like, oh, I'm about
Hopefully
to.
we could give them some tea so they could be relaxed.
Right.
That's how you feel after this hibiscus tea.
But yeah, it's gonna be great conversations, y'all, and we there to learn. We ain't there to shoot at each other. That's the main goal. We not shooting,
We gonna have fun with it too. Still,
and we
Yeah.
still gonna make jokes, laugh, and then cry. I ain't gonna cry, but Suge gonna cry just like we
Quinn
do
definitely
every time.
gonna cry.
Yeah,
I
I
can see
cry,
Quinn.
it's over.
Quinn definitely gonna cry. All right,
You know,
y'all.
cancer sensitive.
Listen, so every Thursday starting February 5th, right here on hot702.5fm.com, you can catch them 3 p.m.
Vegas?
Way bigger than sports. I'm excited
Way
for
bigger
it.
than
I'm
sports.
excited to hear about it. And yeah, that's it. That's
Thank
what we
y'all
got
for
going.
listening.
presented by the undrafted All Stars.
Y'all tune
Powered by hot702.5fm.com.
in. Thank you for having us.
Hey, what's up? What's up? All your favorite artists
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
on Hot 702.5fm.com.